What I say?
Mr. Jones. Mr. Kaufman.
Present.
Mr. Clark.
Absent.
Mr. Picus.
Absent.
Mr. Samuels.
Here.
Mrs. Sir, present. Ms. Cassini.
Present.
Mr. Wolf.
Here. We have a quorum.
There are 7 members present and there is a quorum. Proof of notice of the meeting is already in everybody's binder. Does anybody need more additional proof of the meeting? Then we'll proceed to the election of the board of directors. According to the bylaws, the first officer to be chosen by the board is that secretary of the corporation. Are there any nominations for secretary?
I nominate James Hurd.
Ms. Sir, if you were elected, would you be willing to serve as secretary?
Yes, I would.
Are there any other nominations? I move that nominations be closed and Ms. Serb has been elected secretary by acclamation. The next office to be filled is that of treasurer of the corporation. Are there any nominations for the position of treasurer?
I, Jane Serb, as secretary, nominate Stuart Wolf to be treasurer.
Stuart Wolf has been nominated. Mr. Wolf, if you were elected, would you be willing to serve as treasurer? Are there any other nominations? I move the nominations be closed and Mr. Wolf is elected treasurer of that company. The next office to be filled is that of vice president. Are there any nominations for the position of vice president of the corporation?
I nominate Michelle Tirsini to be vice president.
Michelle Tirsini has been nominated to be vice president. Michelle, if you were elected, would you be willing to serve in that office?
Yes,
Are there any other nominations? I move the nominations be closed and Michelle Tirsini is elected vice president. Does the board desire additional vice presidents?
Not at this time.
All right. Nominations for vice president are taken care of. The office to be filled is that of president of the corporation. Are there any nominations for the position of president?
I nominate Scott Samuels.
Mr. Samuels has been nominated as president. Mr. Samuels, if you were elected, would you serve? Are there any other nominations? I move that nominations be closed and Mr. Samuels is elected president by acclamation. There being no further business, I move that this meeting be adjourned. Are there any objections from the board? With no objections? Thank you. Any objections? The meeting is adjourned at 7:06 p.m.
Francis, you're stealing my role. I know. Stole my role.
I didn't know you were coming.
You did a wonderful job. Good news, I'm not charging for tonight. There was some indication, but they asked me to come out and see your report, but Francis is putting me out of the job. So. Nice to meet you. No, I'm going home. You got me on another meeting. All right. Good night, all.
I want to thank Francis Mazzarone, the outgoing president, for his quick service. Before I make my statement, I prepared a little statement. I would like to introduce you to all the new board members alphabetically. On my left, Nikki Bonda, stand up. New board member. Mark Jones. Ed Kaufman. Scott. James Bird. Michelle Tersini, and Stuart Gold. I have a little statement I want to read. Only take a couple of minutes. Good evening. I want to thank the Board of Directors for having the confidence in me to elect me President of International Village. I won't let them down. I want to thank the Ivy unit owners for electing the superb new Board of Directors. Together, we won't let the unit owners down. I want to thank the election volunteers who worked hard and diligently to make this election possible. Baby Coleman and Hagan. Give my hand a clap. Your new Board of Directors fully understands the responsibilities thrust upon them, and they pledge to work as a team, united to protect your monies, your properties, and your quality of life, despite the facts that we face awesome difficulties. We have inherited a multitude of problems and need to build new foundations on which to form the successful community we desire. We must first institute damage control to stop the bleeding of our monies created by delinquencies. At the same time, we must bring Ivy back to the beautiful, happy place it was by reinstituting our amenities and social life that made Ivy the outstanding community in Inverrary that it was for over 25 years. Your new Board of Directors has hit the ground running, and we are already working together cohesively on several projects with those goals in mind. We are blessed to have the best manager Ivy has had in many, many years, Gil Gil Martinez is a man of the people, a no-nonsense doer. He is well aware of Ivy's problems, and he is a very important part of our team. He is extremely knowledgeable, and together with the directors, will return Ivy to its former splendor. The nine professional board members and a skilled association manager are not enough to do the job that we all envision at this time. We need more help, and we are counting on the residents of Ivy to volunteer like those ladies and gentlemen on the election committee. There will be a short break after this meeting is adjourned, and then we will have a special board meeting to take care of some important business, village business. The first item on the agenda of this special meeting, which will come up in about 10 minutes, will be good and welfare, which will give the residents the opportunity to speak on any matter. Good and welfare will be the first item on every meeting of this board. So residents won't have to wait 2 to 3 hours to make a statement and let their voices be heard. All board meetings will be held at 7 p.m. so that those unit owners who work can attend. There will be no more meetings held in the mornings or afternoons for the convenience of board members. We hope we never have a reason to hold an emergency board meeting which is reserved by law only in the event of a catastrophe. Each board member has one vote, and all board members are equal in status. No board member has any privilege greater than any other board members have. For example, in the past, officers excluded all the other board members from contacting the association attorneys and kept that right exclusively for themselves, which proved to be costly and unproductive. This is not going to happen here. All board members can speak to the association attorneys anytime they choose by contacting the manager. If he can't solve the problem, they will call the attorney together in his office, and the manager will keep track of our legal expenditures, which have been enormous in recent years. Now we'll take a short break until the special meeting starts. There will be 2 pairs on the table. One.